Good evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Jefferson Robbins, filling in for Grant Olson. We've got stories from all around the region today, but first we need to take a quick look outside our weather window to get a good peek at what's going on outside. Beautiful day, really gorgeous and scenic. To look at this, you might think, hey, it's warm outside. Enjoy it while you got it, because the forecast in the near future calls for a return to wintry conditions, including, yes, even a little bit of snow. Eric Grandstrom's going to be along for you a little bit later to talk about weather and other subjects, including sports, which he's so good at. But first, a couple of the stories that we're following here for you tonight. Wenatchee loses yet another big box store as Rite Aid says goodbye. The state levies a hefty fine against a Grant County lawyer who violated political campaign laws. And the humble Washington Apple may soon get a spot on your license plate. But first tonight, the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center closed Monday night and will not reopen again for at least 2 weeks over concerns about the COVID-19 virus. The center's thrift store will be included in that closure. Dave Tosh, the executive director of the center, said the Wenatchee facility serves a population that's vulnerable to the coronavirus, and they want to exercise caution. About 500 to 600 people a day visit the center for a variety of activities and a daily lunch. Tosh says they hope to reopen on Wednesday, March 25th. The senior centers in Leavenworth and Chelan have followed suit, with closures expected to last there for 2 weeks. One elderly Grant County resident died on Saturday of a coronavirus infection, and health officials say they are contacting visitors to the Quincy Senior Center who may have been exposed. So far in Washington, there have been 267 cases of the coronavirus diagnosed. 24 people have died. A company spokesman says the Rite Aid pharmacy in Wenatchee is closing after today, and the rest of the store will follow suit on March 20th. A notice posted on the door of the store says the Rite Aid pharmacy is closing after March 10th and says customer pharmacy records will be transferred to the nearby Albertsons store. Christopher Savarese of Rite Aid's corporate communications office confirmed Tuesday that the entire store in Wenatchee's North Valley Mall will close. Last year, Shopko announced it was closing its store next door to Rite Aid. Winco plans to open a grocery store in that location. Well, a former sheriff's deputy who's also the brother of a retiring Chelan County commissioner wants to take over that post. Dale England of Manson says he'll run for the seat now held by brother Doug England. Dale England was a 25-year sheriff's deputy until 2008, when Sheriff Mike Harum fired him over a prank phone call to a coworker that went to the wrong phone number. He was later reinstated and allowed to retire after a court settlement. England has also founded agricultural businesses in the Lake Chelan area and says if elected, quote, he'll take a common-sense approach to the issues important to Chelan County residents. Tiffany Gehring, the chief operating officer of the Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce, is also running for the commissioner's post. Well, a Grant County lawyer who's also a former judge must pay $230,000 in fines for illegal campaign maneuvers against a political candidate. Jerry Moberg violated state political finance laws when he paid for, printed, and mailed anonymous flyers in 2014 attacking prosecutor candidate Garth Dano. Moberg did not attach his name to the flyer or register the project with the state's Public Disclosure Commission. When he came under investigation, he lied about his part in the effort. Ken Green, a Moses Lake businessman who partnered with Moberg on the illegal mailing, was fined about $20,000. Moberg is a successful Ephrata attorney who previously served as a judge on the Superior Court. Now, coming up next, a reckless motorist no longer faces local charges for fleeing police and crashing her car. And the KPQ Home Expo is still on amid the challenges of coronavirus. I'm Jefferson Robbins, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
And welcome back. In other news tonight, a bill to offer Washington drivers an Apple-themed license plate cleared its final legislative hurdle on Friday and now awaits Governor Jay Inslee's signature. The House approved the new plate by a 92-5 vote. It earlier had been approved by the Senate, where it was introduced by 12th District Senator Brad Hawkins. Hawkins had said earlier that getting the plate approved during the short session would be a challenge. A portion of the proceeds from the sales of the plate will go to the Washington Apple Education Foundation. Well, the Kashmir woman suspected of crashing a car with methamphetamine in the trunk had her charges dismissed Monday while she deals with a more serious charge in Spokane. Douglas County deputies arrested 22-year-old Jessica Haley Fisk on January 4th after she allegedly struck an unoccupied car on Highway 28 near Rock Island. Police said they later found meth when her car was impounded. At the time, Fisk was already out on bond for a serious wreck in Spokane, in which she's accused of crashing into a minivan and hospitalizing the driver and 2 children in April 2019. Douglas County prosecutors said they'll wait to press their charges against Fisk until her Spokane County case is resolved. Now, many institutions have temporarily shut their doors and events have been postponed due to the COVID-19 outbreak. But the KPQ Home Expo 2020 is not one of those. Organizers invite one and all to the Town Toyota Center this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, although they encourage all comers to wash hands and practice hygienic social contact while they're on the floor. NCWLIFE will be there alongside many other vendors and presenters. The KPQ Home Expo is a multi-year tradition for Central Washington home improvement shoppers. Now, you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, hundreds of local veterans and friends gathered in the Wenatchee Cemetery this morning to bid farewell to one of their own. And Eric Granstrom has your complete local weather forecast. That and much more is still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
The 2 hottest pickups in America are at Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. First, the Ram 1500 with back-to-back Truck of the Year awards from Motor Trend, and now the Car and Driver 10 Best list for 2020. They call it a luxury sedan with pickup capabilities. Ram is on a roll now with 3rd-generation EcoDiesel power. Next up, the Jeep Gladiator, also a 2020 10 Best model based on the new award-winning Jeep Wrangler. It has options and capabilities that no other truck can offer. 2 more reasons when it comes to buying a truck. There's no reason to leave town.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, serving North Central Washington, is proud to offer the finest heating and cooling air quality products along with prompt and professional customer service since 1984. Regardless of the temperature outside, Arctic is here for you. Arctic offers a variety of services: residential and commercial heating, air conditioning, commercial refrigeration, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Eric Granstrom. Most of the people in a crowd of 200 didn't know Norman Strasbaugh. That didn't stop them from showing up this morning to help lay the Marine Corps veteran to rest. Strasbaugh died 2 weeks ago at age 77 in a Wenatchee nursing home, and when his fellow veterans learned he left no family behind, they turned out in force for his funeral. NCWLIFE Channel was there.
Veterans are important. Service members are important, and not just to me, but our community, our country, our state, and none of them deserve to ride it out alone. But there's a lot of veterans that are laid to rest without anybody knowing. And so that's painful. I did 10 years in the Navy. One of the local veterans had posted it on his Facebook page, and so his name is Jose Salas. And so I took it and I just ran with it, just did a live video and asked folks to share it. It went crazy.
A veteran friend of mine has brought it to my attention that we have a former Marine. Well, I guess there's never real such thing as a former Marine, but a Marine is being laid to rest, and he doesn't have any family to speak of, I guess, is my understanding.
I know he passed away at 77 years old. I know he was PFC in the United States Marine Corps. He served, I believe it was 63 to 65, and did 2 or 3 tours in Vietnam. He won't be laid to rest alone. I think that's the most important thing. No veteran or troop or anybody should be laid to rest alone.
Wonderful service and turnout for Mr. Strasburg. Thank you for your, Strasbaugh, I should say. Thank you for your service. Well, we had, as you saw, a kind of overcast morning for that funeral procession earlier today, and that was, I guess, kind of fitting. We did get a mixed bag of weather. We're looking out the weather window right now here at shot earlier this afternoon from our Sky-Fi camera that's up at the cross camera, as we call it. You can see the winds came out of the southwest today, and that kind of riffled the river up because the wind was coming the opposite way as the river flows, and then a swath of blue skies above. Depending on where you were in north central Washington, you had either more blue or more gray. That's kind of the way it's been today. Let's take a look at the almanac here for today. We didn't get to the expected high. They were saying maybe middle 50s. We got to 52 for the high today. The 32-degree low was actually at about almost 8 o'clock this morning. We had some interesting kind of weather patterns going on, and some air that was squished underneath the cloud cover. We're right about normal for this time of year. 51 and 33, the highs and lows normally for this part of March. Now, back in 2014, we got all the way up to 66 degrees on a sun-splashed day in 2014. Just a year ago, we went from 16 yesterday to 13 for the record low today just a year ago. So, hey, let's be thankful we're not there at least. No precipitation. We're still at 1.2 inches, 1.22 inches exactly of rainfall so far for the year 2020. Snowfall at 11.2. Now, that could change coming up this weekend. They've thrown a little curveball at us as far as the weather. 7:22 was our sunrise this morning. 7 o'clock tonight, the sunset. All right, let's take a look at temperatures for tomorrow around the region. We're going to get another mixed bag tomorrow with some sunshine mixed in with the clouds, but still fairly mild temperatures. 57 for our friends in Moses Lake, 56 in Ephrata and Quincy, 53 down in Ellensburg, 56 for Wenatchee, 54 in Cashmere, 52 in Leavenworth. Of course, you head up to the higher elevations. Lake Wenatchee expecting about 53, 56 for Entiat, 55 in Chelan, and much warmer than today in Omak. They were about 48 degrees today, 55 for the high tomorrow. As we set things in motion, I'm changing it up a little bit from what Grant normally does. First, we're going to start out with a look at the surface loop, and we're going to show you exactly what happens here as far as precipitation. This is what we're watching. We're watching the snow in the higher elevations, and then we're watching maybe some shower activity move through here in the next several days. So we're going to get maybe some cloud cover, maybe some showers coming in, especially as we get through Thursday night and into Friday. See this low pressure system here? That's going to sweep across, and it's going to drop some snow in the higher elevations, some rain for us on Friday, maybe some snow on Friday night, and some snow on Saturday. Much cooler temperatures as we're getting an influence from the temperatures. We're getting a kind of an Arctic blast that's coming down that's really going to cool temperatures off. So that's a look at the precipitation. Now let's take a look as far as the cloud cover is concerned as we go through Sunday night and into Monday. First part of next week is going to look great as far as dry conditions and sunny once again. Now the cloud cover, here you see tonight we've got some overcast conditions. Tomorrow we're going to see a few clouds in the morning, then some clearing and in the afternoon, so it should be a pretty nice day tomorrow. Wednesday night, not too bad. Thursday we're going to be under this ridge of pressure, so we're going to be okay on Thursday. Thursday. But then here, look out. Here it comes on Friday. Here's that low pressure system again. That's going to sweep up through north central Washington and give us the cloud cover, the rain, the snow, all kinds of stuff Friday night and into Saturday. And here you see Saturday night, it starts to slowly dissipate, and it's just going to diminish through the day. So Sunday, we're going to see some sunshine in the afternoon and fairly mild conditions. And then by Monday, we're going to be under that dry condition again. Here's this air mass we're talking about as far as the temperatures are concerned. See this blue? This is all temperatures in the 20s and 30s. You see it expand in the overnight hours. That's what we expect this time of year, to get temperatures down in the freezing area. That's why you get the wind machines that are working awfully hard with the tree buds right now. Now, as we get towards the weekend, here's Friday. Here you see that low pressure system that's cycling out off the coast, and we're going to get this band of really Arctic air mass that comes down, and that's going to influence what's happening here across eastern Washington. So Saturday not going to be very warm. Saturday night in fact, we're going to see maybe the temperatures in the teens on Saturday night as we head into Sunday. I know that's not good for the orchards with the buds right now, but that's what we're looking for. Now let's take a look at our forecast, brought to you by Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Here we go. Cloudy skies overnight tonight. We're going to see a low down to 36, a little bit warmer because we've got that thermal blanket. Think of that when the cloud cover comes in, kind of creates a little pocket of air. Doesn't get too cold. Tomorrow we're going to see some sunny conditions, maybe some gusty winds in the afternoon. 56 for our high tomorrow, so rather seasonably warm for tomorrow. 31 for the overnight low, with those gusty winds continuing in the front of what's happening here as it moves in by Friday. Thursday still looking pretty good with sunshine. 52 for the high, 30 for the overnight low. And then here we come on Friday and on Saturday with those rain clouds moving in. The snow level is going to drop down to about 700 feet Friday night and into Saturday, so we could have part of our KPQ Home Expo presented by Localtel with snow showers outside. So what better thing to do on the weekend than get indoors to the Town Toyota Center and experience that. 48 for the high on Friday. Look at that. 35 is all for the high on Saturday, 19 for the low Saturday night, 38 on Sunday, with 20 for the overnight low on Sunday night as we head into Monday, getting a little bit warmer, but still cold temperatures in those overnight hours. That's your forecast, brought to you by Patriot Heating and Cooling. We're going to take a break, come back. I've got sports for you on the way next on the NCWLIFE Channel Evening News.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE Channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you. Joel Ayayi scored 12 of his 14 points in the second half. And number 2 Gonzaga outlasted San Francisco 81-77 in the West Coast Conference semifinals last night. Killian Tilly had 19 points and 10 rebounds, and Ryan Woolridge had 16 points to pace Gonzaga. The Bulldogs will face St. Mary's in tonight's WCC Championship after the Gales upset number 15 BYU in the other semifinal 51-50. It's GU's 23rd consecutive final, and the school is seeking its 17th championship. That tip tonight on ESPN at 6 o'clock. On the women's side of the West Coast Conference Tournament, Haley Andrews scored on a layup with 3.6 seconds remaining to give Portland the upset 70-69 win over number 11 Gonzaga. The Pilots went on to face San Diego in today's championship after the Toros beat Pepperdine 59-44 in the other semifinal yesterday, and Portland pulled off the upset again, downing San Diego 64-63 in overtime to win the WCC tournament title. Well, Milwaukee out-homered Seattle in a 2-1 win at American Family Fields in Phoenix last night. Brewers center fielder Lorenzo Cain greeted Taijuan Walker with a home run to start the game off in the bottom of the first. Then Luis Castro won it with a solo home run in the bottom of the ninth off Seattle's Taylor Williams. The only run for Seattle came in the fourth on a solo home run by Kyle Lewis. It was his fourth of the spring. Austin Nola went 1 for 2 at the plate. He's hitting .304 so far in the Cactus League schedule. We're just 16 days away from opening day when the Mariners host Texas at T-Mobile Park. Well, it's 3 months away from the opener for the Wenatchee Apple Sox summer collegiate team, but the team is going to have to scramble to find its new voice.
Technically, today is my last day of work with the Apple Sox. I'm moving, starting tonight actually, going to Spokane, spend the night there, and then hitting the road. But traveling back across country, got a job with a single-A ball club back in Virginia, the Fredericksburg Nationals. Okay. I'll be their broadcast assistant for the 2020 season.
Norman has been the radio voice and director of communications for the Apple Sox the past 2 seasons. He says the search is already underway for his replacement.
Yeah, we're looking for people with experience with broadcasting. It's a busy position. As I know, you over the years have noticed in the press box over the course of a night, you see how busy it can get at times, and it's nice though because it's good if you're younger because it's a great way to learn about how much you have to do to be a broadcaster. And I feel overly prepared making the jump up to the minor league level now because of how much I had to do with the Apple Sox. It's overwhelming at first, and there's some days where it might get the best of you, but you can learn a lot along the way, and I think it's a really fun position I'd recommend to anyone of the college age or just out of college.
Those interested in the position can reach out to the Apple Sox directly by calling 509-665-6900, or you can email info@applesox.com. Wenatchee's first game is June 4th against the Highline Bears at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Norman wanted to take a moment to pay tribute to those who welcomed him into Wenatchee with open arms.
Well, I just want to thank everyone in Wenatchee. Like I said, 2 years ago I came right out of college out here, literally a week after graduating. I was really nervous, didn't know anyone, but I felt really welcomed in the last couple of years. And I've really enjoyed my time with the Apple Sox and broadcasting sports with NCWLIFE, a couple other people. And it's been a blast getting to know everyone, and it's really bittersweet leaving because of all these memories I made, these bonds that were formed. But just wanted to thank everyone for welcoming me and giving me a chance because your support meant the world to me in my time here.
You can see our entire interview with Joel Norman and Dan Kuntz on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on our website. Go to ncwlife.com. Well, we'll relive some of the basketball playoffs this week on the NCWLIFE Channel sports schedule. It begins tonight with our broadcast of the Cashmere girls against Nooksack Valley in the regional tournament at Wenatchee High School. That begins tonight at 7 o'clock. Then Thursday at 7, it's hockey night with the Wenatchee Wild and Vernon Vipers in Game 2 of their playoff series. Friday's a replay of the Cashmere girls against LaSalle in the State 1A semifinal in the Sun Dome. That'll be Friday night at 7. Then Saturday, we'll re-air the Cashmere boys' fourth-place game against Riverview at 7 o'clock. That'll be followed by at 9 o'clock by the championship girls' game between Cashmere and Linden Christian. That's all coming up on the sports schedule here on the NCWLIFE channel. That's Sports News. I'm Eric Grandstrom, and Jefferson, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. If you haven't seen Eric's coverage from the Yakima State Championships, where he followed the adventures of our local basketball players, please check that out on our website. It's really outstanding coverage. In other news tonight, the Wenatchee law firm Jeffers, Dan Elward, was named Business of the Year last week at the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce annual banquet. The Nonprofit of the Year award went to Chelan Douglas Court-appointed Special Advocates, or CASA, who stand up in court for children who are in need. In addition, the Chamber gave Cornerstone Awards to Steve Maher of Our Valley, Our Future, the North Central Washington Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and East Wenatchee Mayor Jerry Lee Crawford, who founded the Chamber's leadership program. Well, with all the coronavirus concerns in the news today in Washington State, it seems like a good time to show a video produced years ago by the Washington State Department of Health on the importance of washing your hands to prevent the spread of diseases. Let's take a look.
This is Caitlin Hedershe, the producer of the NCWLIFE magazine. Each week, I'm
We love soap so much we scrub for fun. We are Wash Your Hansington. Yes, we are Wash Your Hansington.
Visit Wash Your Hansington, where people wash their hands, cover their cough, and get the flu vaccine.
This is the state of the evergreen and impeccable hygiene. We love it when our hands are clean.
Wash Your Hansingtonians are always friendly and germ-free. They love to give high fibers, not high fevers.
We cover our coughs, every single one. We are Wash Your Hansington. Yes, we are Wash Your Hansington. Wash Your Hansington.
Get vaccinated. Stop the flu. Brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health.
Now, what they don't tell you in that commercial is you also need lots of lotion. My hands are getting awfully chapped, but better safe than sorry. Well, last night's so-called worm moon offered sky watchers a spectacular view, including Tim McCord, who captured this image through a telescope in Antioch. A worm moon is considered the first full moon of March, and was so named because it is the time of year that earthworms, according to legend, start to reappear. That's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or on our website, NCWLIFE.com. And please remember, if you see news happening, we want to hear from you. You're like the reporters in the community for your local TV station. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call, 888-6295. That's 888-NCWL. Kind of easy to remember. I'm Jefferson Robbins. Grant Olson is back tomorrow, or at least I hope he is, because he might lose his hearing at this Tool concert he went to last night in Spokane. But from all of us at NCW Life, good night.
NCW Life Channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's Learn, Guada TV, Street Talk and Other Stuff, the 12th District, Life with Lisa, and the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life Channel is your local TV.
Hi folks, Grant Olson with the NCW Life Channel. As many of you know, this year marks the 100th anniversary of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. To mark the occasion and to help celebrate, we will be taking our NCW Life Evening News on the road, right here to Memorial Park each night during the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. So please join us for the 100th anniversary of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival with your home for local news, the NCW Life Channel.
RLS Productions is proud to bring to the NCW Life Channel the Concerts in the Garden series held at Omi Gardens. The series features performances from Rare Earth's Peter Rivera, Heart by Heart, to Slim and the Taildraggers, The Infinity Project, the Wenatchee Swingin' Big Band, and a whole host of other great acts. Tune in Wednesdays at 2 and 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 p.m. RLS Productions Concerts in the Garden Summer Series, only on the NCW Life Channel.
More than a show, it's the KPQ Home Expo coming March 13th through 15th.
Blackrock Asphalt Services, your local asphalt seal coating company with cracks that occurred over the winter. Now's the best time to have them filled. Swim World, your go-to source when creating your backyard oasis. From your hot tub to your outdoor furniture, quality products at incredible prices. Alpine Roofing, quality you can trust, serving Cashmere, Wenatchee, Leavenworth, Chelan, and Quincy.
Stop by these vendors for your home or business projects.
He's got a fish on too. Oh, that's a big walleye.
Can you believe that?
Nice fish.
Worksharp presents the Northwest Outdoorsman.
Watch for new episodes of the Northwest Outdoorsman coming in February on the NCW Life Channel, your local TV station.
Get the fastest internet available in North Central Washington by switching to LocalTel and get speeds up to 1,000 meg. Call 888-8888 today or go online to localtel.net.